All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Alpha Traders. Your next episode of Crypto and Clown World is available right now, live in the Alpha Trading Discord. What do we got going on here? I'm going to start out with SPY. I'm going to start out with traditional markets just to show the power of the distribution. Okay? That's what we're talking about. The distribution, man. The people that don't understand what's going on in these markets, you need to figure it out. Because these algos, no matter if it's traditional markets, cryptocurrency, Forex, every damn market out there, the algos are running off of these distributions and the projections. Let me hide this real quick so we can get a better view, and we'll show you here. So earlier today, right, SPY had a dump, right? Where did it go to the dollar? It was actually within 8 cents. The first standard deviation on the weekly. Okay, that's that little blue dot at the bottom of that little wick right there. SPY went down, tapped that 1SD, pulled back. But was it just the first standard deviation on the weekly? Absolutely not. You see that little blue dot right there at the tip of that wick? Yeah, we're playing the tip game today, ladies and gentlemen. So, the weekly first standard deviation normal distribution to the downside and the monthly first standard deviation to the downside both got tapped. They were literally within about 20 cents of each other, weekly and monthly. A lot of correlation there, and it hit it. Now, listen, you guys can go back in the streams and you can see me talk about how tight. Put this on SPY. How tight the monthly range was in SPY. It's already on SPY. Well, where are you? This right here. See this red cross line, yellow cross line, red cross line? That is the month of February. That is SPY's monthly price action volatility range. And I told everybody, SPY is either going to the 480 region or to the 430 region. And I said, mark my words, this thing is going to trend like crazy this month. So what happened first? Go to the monthly chart, SPY, today, tap the first standard deviation, normal distribution to the downside, just like I said it was going to do 2 weeks ago. The distribution is powerful. And when you understand the price action volatility ranges and what it means to have a tight range and a wide range, whether it's going to trend or whether it's going to range, it's going to reveal a lot of things to you, right? Now, there's still a little under 2 weeks left in the month. Now, this thing's not done trending. Either SPY is going to kick its ass down here to the 95.4 Laplace around 420, and there's some other things down around 422, or this thing is going to turn around and pump to an new all-time high, in my opinion. One or the other. We're going to end up here by the end of the month or here by the end of the month. I mean, now, it could go back up to the 68.3 to the top side that never got tested, right? Laplace distribution at about 468 and some change. But as tight as that monthly range is, I could see some big swings. Now, that would be a pretty big swing, but it would be even better if this thing were to go up to the 1SD. On the monthly, do the 1SD shuffle. You kidding me right now? Look at this last month's candle. People saying, oh, it can't happen. Sure to hell it can't. It can damn well happen. And that just it's just wrecking people. All these markets, they're wrecking people right now. And I'm not even going to get into any of my so-called conspiracy talk, but this isn't happening on accident. Everything is happening for a reason, right? Everything's happening for a reason. There's two of the best ways to control population or to keep them in just keep a cap on them financially, right? Financially stress them to the point of no return, right? And keep the people separated. They're doing both very well, and the country's in total disarray. The whole world's in total disarray. The economy of the whole world's in disarray. The separation's on another level like I've never seen it before. There is no middle ground. Instead of everybody just getting along, these fucking stupid people have everybody separated, right? where they don't even realize what's happening right now. We should all be coming together against them, not fighting each other. But people have been drinking the fluoride too long, man. Oh, Bilbo, you're so full of conspiracies. I just laugh at that shit. Okay, so anyway, first standard deviation on the weekly and the monthly got tested to the downside by February. Monthly price action volatility range super tight. This thing's going to range. This thing's going to range. So remember, back on Tuesday, I talked about right here. I was like, woo, SPY pre-market, massive jump here, but left a big ass gap, right? A lot of people in traditional markets don't see these as gaps. It's a price action volatility range gap, in my opinion. Guys, this daily price action volatility range never got tested. It did 2 days later, just like I always talk about. It's exactly what happened. But now look up here, right? Got another gap up here. Did this daily get tested? Absolutely not. It wouldn't shock me at all for SPY to come into the new week on Monday. Here's what we got to pay attention to. As the weekend progresses with Bitcoin, and we're going to get into Bitcoin in a minute, I just wanted to start with SPY because, I mean, it's just boom, 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 boom. This is why we trade volatility, probability, and statistics. And the other main reason is because we do it on low time frames. It doesn't matter which way any of these markets are going. When you trade low time frame volatility, guys, you're in every trade, right? You're just waiting for some of these statistical indicators, the divergence between returns and price action, things like that, of those natures, to get into trades. We get good entries. We know where to take our profits, right? Because of the distribution and price action volatility ranges. So yeah, good stuff. Good freaking stuff. It wouldn't shock me Monday. We're going to want to see where these futures close here in about an hour, about 51 minutes, to see where Bitcoin closes at. And we're going to want to see how it progresses throughout the weekend, the Bitcoin price action, specifically Sunday night when the futures open back up. Let's see what happens. If Bitcoin starts to move to the top side, you're going to see SPY pre-market gap up, right? SPY is going to probably gap up, who knows, 5-10 points, and then probably make a run, at least back up here to this daily price action volatility range that never got tested. Just so happens to be a nice little gaparoo, and probably make its way back up to the monthly, right? It hasn't been tested in a while. The bears were front running that sucker all week. And any of these times it tried to, hell, it could barely get up above the weekly and then dropped right back down below it. Because that was this week's price action volatility range for SPY. So yeah, be real interesting. Pay attention to Bitcoin because these markets are correlated. So we're going to have to see what happens. Yes, we are. Let's flip this to Bitcoin now. Yeah, we'll go to the futures. Look where we're at once again. So when SPY was testing its weekly and monthly first standard deviation, Bitcoin was testing the center of its monthly range, right? Testing the center of its monthly range. Let me reload this chart. Oop. Yes, reload, please. Okay. So here we are once again. Yeah, the baby never got tested. You can see where Bitcoin's 1SD on the weekly is, right? It's below. Why didn't Bitcoin go down here and test its 1SD? Look at this projection. Look what's happened 2 weeks in a row, right? Bitcoin's having trouble getting above the mean of the projection from the 41K low. Well, Bilbo, what does this projection thing have anything to do with anything? I don't know. You tell me. Do you not see it in the chart? Look at these wicks. When people are like, oh no, well, that's just a trend line. Hey, traditional TA goof asses out there. You need to understand what's creating your goof ass little trend lines. It's called the distribution. Okay? Look at these wicks right here. They're going right to the 95.4 Laplace distribution range on this projection. Went sideways, dumped down. Look at this wick. when everybody's going, oh my God, Bitcoin's going to hell again, it bounced right from the bottom side of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range. We have talked about this several times, how I told everybody this is going to last a while. And when Bitcoin dropped outside of this 68.3, I was like, it is going to behoove these Bitcoin bulls to get this price action back up in here, which they did. But since they've got back in here, nope, nope, nope. They can't get back up above the projection here. The mean of the projection of this from the 41K low. I sound like a broken record, I know, just bear with me. And so now the bottom side of the 68.3, Bitcoin's sitting on it right now. If it breaks that this weekend, we could do a 95.4 Laplace move over the weekend, 36,750 area, right? 36, actually it's 36,444. So let's look at, be looking for that. I mean, hell, that's another about $3,300 drop from where we're at right now. Don't be shocked if it does it, right? If we break that on especially, let's just say even 4-hour candles, we get below that range, we could be dropping down there. Because what else is, look at the bottom side, about 39,143 is the bottom side of the monthly price action volatility range. I'm telling you right now, if Bitcoin starts breaking some 4-hour candles below that range, where's 36? There is the first weekly. That is the weekly S2. Yep, there's the S1 right there, that green dotted line. That is the weekly S2 at 36,114. That's a little bit below that 95.4 Laplace on the weekly. I'll be looking for this to get tested somewhere down in this area. So we'll have to see what happens. But everybody's going to be like, well, Bilbo, coming into this, you said Bitcoin was set up for a pump. Guys, it was. It was. Look at this. You get the new weekly price action volatility range above the monthly, right? The monthly's below. We actually put some distance below it. Closed this entire day above the weekly, and then that day above the weekly. But at the same time, look, yes, right? We had this tight price action volatility range. This was the kicker right here. When Bitcoin started to pump at the beginning of the day and couldn't even sustain itself outside the skinny white line here, that's the first 4-hour 68.3 Laplace distribution range. Rejected there and almost made a run all the way down to the first support level of the daily, that green line right there. Pump back up. Look where the candles close. They couldn't even get a candle closed above this daily range. When this thing started dropping, that was a no-brainer what was getting ready to happen. This is telling you there's going to be a trend. These two pushes by the bulls explained exactly what was getting ready to happen. The bears weren't having anything to do with it. So what do? That day, they pushed it right back down to the top of the monthly price action volatility range right there. It's exactly where they pushed the data set to. And I told everybody at the beginning of the month, I was like, look for that area to get tested. After Bitcoin had its pump, I was like, don't be surprised if this area gets tested again. Now we're below it. Now we're trying to hang on to the center of the monthly. So I'm telling you, if the bottom side of this, if the bulls do not defend this area in here, right? They're having trouble defending here. The bull or the bears are defending the top side of the monthly now. Look at all these wicks, man. Is everybody seeing this? Rejection, 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 rejection. This could break. If this breaks, here's the next level right here. If this doesn't hold, look out below, man. Look out below. Now, obviously, you're going to have this weekly right here, right? You're going to have this weekly S1. It's at about 38,866. We could get a wick below the bottom side of the monthly down to here. If this does not bounce hard out of here, back up at least, and I'm talking way up here to the center, look out below, man. Or we're probably going to see 36.5. Probably going to see 36.5 coming over the weekend. But then we all know how this works. Wherever the futures close, Bitcoin just always seems to magically work its way right back up there. We really haven't had a big gap in a while, if you think about it. Yep. So let's see here. Here's another thing I want everybody to look at too. Here's the 4-hour, right? And you remember when we started this pump, right? And we got up here, I was like, hey, this wave trend's going to get tested again. Did it? Yeah, it did. And look, boom, 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 boom. Look at what was going on with price action. But at the bottom here, this is the 99 length variance log moving average. It kicked price back up, made another run. Wave trend got stifled on that 4-hour candle, opened up, pumped a little bit, and then wham, we had a big 4-hour candle that closed not only below the wave trend, but below that 99 length. And then it proceeded to go back down through the reverse fissure, the whole time riding this Gaussian mean to the downside. This is the Gaussian mean of these other dotted lines. That's the deviation bands. I have them on dots, so it doesn't take up a, there's not so much noise. I got enough lines on here already. So 4-hour wise, this baby needs to get back up here above. We do not want this reverse wave trend to cross back down this fissure again, right? Now, if we go to the 12-hour, look at the 12-hour. I was talking about that cross getting tested. Remember, I said the reverse wave trend crossed up the fissure. Price action tried to dump down to test that wave trend there, but it kicked it up right here, right? That's the 99 length variance log moving average. Or no, that's a 33. Sorry, 99's up here. So kicked it up off the 33 length variance log moving average, got up above all the power mean bands, and they said, no, thank you. We're going to come test this cross. I'm telling you, on this 12-hour, this price action breaks below this reverse fissure. It's ugly, man. It's ugly. And that's it, 39, about 39,150. Where's that at? Right? Is there confluence there? Yeah, there's confluence there. That reverse fissure on the 12-hour is right at the bottom of the monthly price action volatility range right now. If that area breaks, this thing is getting slammed down. Look at 36.5. Where's 36.5 at? It's right around down here in the deviation band, right? So we'll have to see what happens. How bad does this look on the daily? Oh, good Lord. And this is why I was stoked too, right? We got above the daily reverse wave trend. And I was saying, if we can sustain up here, Bitcoin again is going to make a run at this 99 length variance log moving average. If it gets by there, it's going to the reverse fissure, and we're going to get back up above 50K. The bears are like, no, thank you. Right? And there was a little bit of bear diff here. You can see the data set's barely higher, but it's there. Right? It is there. Now that I have my glasses on, I can see it. MJ had to correct me. I was like, there's no bear diff there. He's like, yes, there is, you blind fuck. You need to look closer. So here we are, right? Back down here in the power mean band. We were above it and above the fish and above the wave trend. You just never know with Bitcoin. This is why we trade low time frame volatility. The only reason I'm up here talking about this macro shit is because people on YouTube, they love hearing about this crap. But I'm telling you right now, whatever you do not follow YouTube Jimmy, and definitely don't follow YouTube Bilbo, right? Because this thing can change in a heartbeat. And where are you going to see those changes at? You're going to see the changes down here on the 15-minute freaking time frame, where all the YouTube Jimmies will tell you, what the fuck are you doing on the 15-minute time frame? Don't trade down there. You're going to get wrecked. Where YouTube Bilbo's telling you, this is where you need to trade. This is where all the action is. This is where all the outliers are at, for Christ's sake. Look at this whole move to the downside. Look at these 15-minute outliers, all to the downside. Every one of them. Here we had a little bump to the upside right there, right? Woohoo! Went up to the 15-minute reverse wave trend. No, thank you, it said. Here was the double trouble right here. Started down, had a little pump, boom, boom. Another outlier to the downside, which flipped around. Look at those 15-minute candles. Look at this shit. You think people are getting wrecked? Yeah, they are. Big time. And then you'll have YouTube Jimmy out there going, I told you not to trade those lower time frames. Guys, when you take this outlier trade, right, you don't just sit in it. You take your profit. You take your profit to the downside. And if we go over onto the distribution, what candle was that? 6:30 this morning. Where do you take your profit? Here's that candle right here. So if you get in on that outlier, where do you take your profit? Right at the center of the monthly. And then you don't get fucked by that candle right there. This is not hard. It really isn't. If people just listen, if people just study this, what we talk about at Alpha Trading, and you don't worry about the macro shit, right? You don't have to worry about the macro stuff. You trade the low time frame volatility. We have the indicators. That's what we do here. That's all we care about really here. But I will talk about those macro levels, all right? Because I love showing on the macro time frames how they're like on SPY, how it just hit those two, the 1SDs on the weekly and the monthly to the dime and bounced from there. Could have a good week next week for SPY. It's up in the air. We hit the down, we hit the target to the downside that I told everybody at the beginning of the month that we might hit. I said there's a probability 1SD to the top and one to the bottom. One of them's going to hit. Go back in that stream. I said, mark my words. One of these is going to be hit. Which one? Who knows? Who knows which one's going to be hit first? Hell, they both might be hit. And that's still up in the air. If that one to the top side hits in the next, like whatever, however many days we got left, 13 days, 12 days left in the month, it's going to be funny. You'll hear me talking about it, guarantee it. So if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, man, figure it out. We have a system in place. In my opinion, it's flawless. It's absolutely flawless what we've put together. If you just take the time, you don't always have to be in a freaking trade. Take a break, D-Gens. Learn how to read the indicators. Even if you got a paper trade or you got to put in a $10 trade or something. Just have a little skin in the game for some emotion. Yes, Bilbo said it. Emotion's good in trading. Fuck all these psychological trading bullshit things. It's all crap. They're selling something. Everybody in alpha trading knows that. Emotion's natural, man. What are you going to suppress it? Be a man, I'm going to pack all this shit down in and someday I'm just going to have a fucking massive heart attack. I mean, give me a break, man. It's so hilarious. Or just act like you're not upset about it. Just, oh, okay, I just lost $2,000. It's all good. I got a bad entry because YouTube Jimmy told me this thing's like going to dip or we're going to pump or. The only psychological trading pointer you need is don't be emotionally attached to your trade. Take your profit, limit your loss. Boom, boom. Boom. That's all you got to do. If you want to raise your P&L, there you go. That's my book. Should I sell it for what? I don't know, $29.99 on Amazon? There's only one page. It's like a card. I'm selling a card that's got those 3 tips on it. Instead, there's fucking trading psychology books out there this thick. We're just full of psychobabble. It blows my mind. There's people that are paying for courses from a absolute goof fucking ball. How much is that program? It's like a couple $1,000. Holy shit. You got to be kidding me. And if you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. There's other people out there selling TA courses that's literally worthless garbage. The algos, 80 to 90% of the trading liquidity in all these markets is being done by high frequency trading firm algorithms that are not using traditional TA. Why the hell would you want to trade that stuff? It's Friday and I'm ranting. It gets tiring reading Twitter fucking posts and shit in Discord about people that are just clueless. It really is. It gets tiring, man. It gets so tiring. I'm not even actively trading right now and I'm ranting because I know people are out there getting wrecked and there's no reason for it. When you understand how to trade volatility, probability, and statistics, that's all you got to learn how to do, man. And you're in the clear, right? You need to know when to have a good entry, right? You need to know when to take profit. It's simple. When you learn how to do those two things, your P&L goes up. I don't know why more people don't understand that. Instead, they want to make it all complicated. Oh, I got this powerful edge, right? But they're not telling you it's the edge of the fucking cliff they fall off in fucking 7 out of 10 trades. The guy teaching the psychology program had like a 38% win average. What? And you're teaching people how to fucking trade? Does that make sense? Wow. No wonder you're teaching the psychology course because you've lost your fucking mind, bud. You've lost your fucking mind. Oh, fuck. And stole my strat when I used to fucking be in traditional TA on top of it and sold it. That's even what's funnier. Everybody knows Bilbo used the 33 moving average for a reason because of the numbers. Then all of a sudden some goof ass is selling that in a strat but doesn't tell everybody it's the 33. It's funny shit, man. And one of the people that literally asked me what my strat was all about and then all of a sudden starts selling it, which I give a shit less because it's all crap now anyway, right? All I care about is having a variance log return moving average is set at a 33. Not a simple, not an exponential, but it just goes to show you that most people in this industry are totally full of shit, man. And all the noobs coming into trading, look at all the new people that are coming into trading. Does everybody realize that all this new fresh blood, it's some of the first trading they've ever done, and they're getting sucked into this crap, right? And not going to where the real trading is? Pretty incredible, man. What's going on out there? That's all we're saying at Alpha Trading. Wake up. Wake up. Hopefully I'm jiggling your brain loose if you're fucking watching this on YouTube for the first time. And yes, Bilbo gets animated, right? That's just who I am. I'm a very emotional person. It's healthy. I don't hold anything in. Ask MJ. I do not hold shit in. I wear my emotions on my sleeve for a reason. For a reason. So, should we get back to the charts now? After my fucking rant. All right, so here's where we're trading. We're down here on the 5 and 15 minute. Let's pop. All right, so when we're going into an intraday trading session, I'm going to go right to the 4 hour. And I'm going to look at my chart that I have set up right here. Everybody's going to set their chart up differently. And it's going to flash a signature at me. It's going to give me a direction. It's going to give me a bias of when I am trading the 5 and 15 minute chart of where I should allocate the most of my account, right? Where should I put my capital at? Where should I fully expose myself? And I use the example. Say I have 3 Bitcoins in an account I'm trading with. Am I going 100? Am I going like fucking 500,000 contract longs and shit and getting leverage to the tits? No, I'm never trading more than that 3 Bitcoin. But that's powerful if you know what you're doing. And so when I get my bias on the 4 hour and I'm down there trading on the 5 and 15 minute, And when I see there's a move with that direction, I use my whole account, zero leverage. If it's a long, I'll throw in a 3 Bitcoin long, right? Say I see a short, say I see a quick outlier on the 5-minute to the downside. Do I trade with 3 Bitcoins? No, I trade with a third of my account. I'll short 1 Bitcoin and take the crumbs, right? That's what we're doing here. That's why we trade the 5 and 15-minute. Why everybody else is just sitting in trades like an idiot, trying to get this big piece of the pie. Hey, newsflash. You know who's cutting the pie slices? The high-frequency trading firm algorithms. They trade on the 5 and 15-minute. So what are you doing way up there trading? I want the crumbs. When they scoop their big slice of pie out and all that crumb falls, I'm gathering all those crumbs up. It's like 10, 15 trades a day. That shit adds up. Big time. Thousands of dollars a day. This is where people get confused and they're listening to these YouTube Jimmy trading gurus that are selling trading courses for traditional TA. Some of them are put together pretty well. When it comes to traditional TA, there's one person out there that put together a pretty good program. We all know who I'm talking about. So if you're going to trade that garbage, at least go to where, at least in my opinion, is the guy that does it the best, knows the best, specifically knows how to read divergence. Unfortunately, he's reading the wrong kind of divergence, but people are infatuated with divergence, but 90% of them get wrecked using it because they're using a lagging indicator. The only divergence that matters is between price action and returns. That's why the whole left side of my chart, I'm looking at divergence between said price action, log return z-score, the returns oscillator, and the deviation log pro, right? Which is log returns weighted with deviation. I use the Fisher for confluence, right? Because the Fisher's powerful. Fisher's very powerful. It's one of the only traditional indicators that's literally based in what we do. So there we go. And I use variance to know when to get the entry. Look at this latest outlier to the downside. If you're coming from traditional TA and you're confused on what you're looking at here, and this is on the 4-hour though. Look how powerful it is on the 4-hour. If you're a 4-hour swing trader, here's an outlier. The variance is rising, positively correlated. The variance turned pink on the inside because it's telling you. An outlier in statistics means it's a fat tail event on the distribution, second standard deviation or above. Look at the move. Look at that swing trade right there. Look at the one to the downside on the 4-hour. The variance is telling you what's going on. And like I showed at the beginning, look at all of them on the 15-minute. It's crazy how many there are. It's non-stop variance, right? It's the spread of data around the mean. Let me put this on. No, I can keep it on. Let's pull this in. Come on, baby. Populate. I know it's strong. Variance will never go below 0. It only expands and contracts. And every time that variance rises, there's going to be a correlation attached to it, positive or negative. If it's positively correlated, price action is going to go to the top side. If it's negatively correlated, rise in variance, price action is going to go to the downside. Ah, man. You guys, it's so simple, man. It's so simple, but people want to trade traditional TA and complicate the shit out of everything and make some super complicated edge that is just worthless crap. And these people are winning 3 out of 10 trades and they think it's great. It's mind-blowing is what it is. And then I'll have somebody from traditional TA where I'll post the chart somewhere and they'll be like, "Huh, have you ever heard of analysis or paralysis by analysis?" Because they don't understand what they're looking at. Right? They don't understand what I'm looking at. And then this is one massive indicator to me. Right? And this is an actual edge. It's not an edge of the cliff that they fall off 7 out of 10 times. Right? This is an edge where you're sitting on that edge, overlooking the ocean down in Big Sur, chilling 9 out of 10 times. That's coming from me. Okay? And this is never financial advice. Everybody trades differently. If you give this a shot, though, and you try to understand what you're looking at and try to reshift your focus away from total garbage to volatility, probability, and statistics, it'll change your trading life, man. Meanwhile, we get like 20 to 30 views on YouTube, while these TA gurus get thousands, 20, 30,000 people following YouTube Jimmy around like a bunch of fucking sheep getting wrecked all the time. It makes no sense. That's why I get so animated. We're in upside down world. It's like a microcosm of the macrocosm, man. In every aspect of life. It's just, it really cracks me up. It does. Really cracks me up. That people can't see it. All right. Instead, they would rather just look at this, not understand it, and go, "You don't know what you're talking about." It's like, you're right, I don't. Move along. There's nothing to see here, goofy. The next time you lose a trade, know that I'm on the other side of it. Or the high frequency trading firms that are trading this way are on the other side of it. It's not some other goof-ass retail trader that just happened to flip a coin and go short when you went long, or long when you went short, or what the hell ever. There is a method to all this madness, and you're missing it. You're missing it. Why the hell would you not want to be on the same side as the algos? That's what blows my mind. And you'll have YouTube Jimmy out there telling you the algos are trading the Fibonacci. The algos are probably set to bounce on the 50 exponential moving average. But if it breaks there, well, the algos are too powerful and it's probably going to go to the 200. And if that doesn't hold, oh, fucking hell, we're in trouble. Guys, it just never ends. Do you understand you're being scammed? Do you ever hear me talking about really selling anything or trying to? No, because we don't care, man. We're hoping that something we say, something you hear wakes you up. And you understand you've been led astray trading the way you're trading. And yeah, this is Friday. Screw the analysis. This is Bilbo rant day. He didn't get to do two streams, I think, in a row. So he's on a rant. This is traditional TA traders. Wake the fuck up. MJ, write that down. That's going to be the title to the video. People have all weekend to watch it. It's pretty stupid, you guys. You guys that are in alpha trading, you understand this. You really do. You get it, or you wouldn't be here. And a lot of people come and they end up leaving because they're like, I studied this for a week and it just doesn't work. You guys are nuts. I back tested it. You don't back test these indicators, right? Now, you can go back through time and look how there's confluence with everything. But if you're trying to back test volatility, probability, and statistic indicators, look, you don't back test these. You back test your lagging indicator pieces of crap that you use from traditional TA. Does that make sense? That's why you back test shit, because it doesn't work. You got to make sure, oh my God, does this thing even work? I better back test it. Look, this shit doesn't lag. This is real time, ladies and gentlemen. The returns are going to make a move before price action. That's why the divergence between returns and price action is so important. Because when you're seeing a divergence there, it's telling you the return on your investment, the trade you're in right now is diminishing. Take your profit. Well, Bilbo, where do I take my profit? How about at a distribution level or a price action volatility range? Like this wreck job right here. If you're a volatility trader and you got in this trade because on the 15 minute, on the 5 minute, there was an outlier. You're in it and you take profit at the center of the monthly range. And then you don't get wrecked by this candle. Do you know how many goofies trading low time frame coming from traditional TA got wrecked right there? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. What is it? 241. There's a power rain. Power rain. Go to the stream chat. I see him being called. Probably a bunch of fucking laughy faces. Yeah, I know, bro. I like them too. Dude, the whales. The whales actually have a pair. So now I gotta buy one of the whales that have them. Yeah, this is my favorite pair of glasses I've ever had. I really like them a lot. I was going with little lenses for a long time, but then you can see outside the lens, everything's all blurry. These babies, it's just like, woo, it's like having goggles on. That's what I'm talking about. Goggles. Let's see here. So anyway, let's pop on here. Let's take a peek on the monthly. Let me is it on the index? It is. Yes, 100%. There's a couple cool ones too. There's a couple real cool ones. Yep. Look where Bitcoin just dropped to. That damn distribution. It makes no sense. Until Bitcoin literally goes down right to that level and bounces from it. See that little pink dot there? Yeah, and I've got no line bifocals too. So I get close, I gotta raise my head. If everybody says you can end up looking like your father as you get older, here we go. My dad used to always just sit around. I'd look over and he'd be like this, looking through this bifocal. I mean, to the dollar. Bingo. It actually dipped a little bit below. That's okay. Did it pull up from there? Yes, it did. And that's what you want to see, guys, gals. You want to see a bounce off that 68.3 because we got up to the top side of it first, right? At the beginning of the month, right up there. We got up whatever it was, 45.7-ish. Right? Or actually, hell, that wasn't today. Yeah, maybe I need new glasses. That was at the beginning of the month where we dipped down to 36.5, then pumped it up onto the top side. MJ just shaking his head right now. Then pulled back. By the end of the month, we want this candle back up here at about 46.4. Because that was beautiful. Because what did that do immediately after dump? Boom, it filled. It was a candle backfill pretty much on the monthly. That's pretty powerful. But to lose that, that's not going to be good for Bitcoin. That's not going to be good at all. I mean, to be honest here, we could see new all-time lows. 33 might not have been the bottom. But we'll see. This still looks good on a macro chart. Nice. Yeah, just call me Urkel. Bill Burkle. Jesus. I should have just stayed back here and I would have saw it. Of course, I got to get all up looking at my bifocal and shit. I'll just sit back. I still do like this. And let's even take it to another level, right? Boop, to the quarterly. To the quarterly. And ladies and gentlemen, right? The quarterly first standard deviation to the downside. We already talked about this. Was it 33,000? Well, look, when it hit at the time, it went to within $100 because it'll fluctuate, right? And the low was 33.1. Right now, because this candle pulled back up, it's back up to 33,678. But when it happened, this was about $500 lower. You can see the blue dot right there. On the quarterly, went down to the first standard deviation and bounced from there. By the end of March, if we can pull this back up and create a little bit, just think about it. If this candle pulls all the way back up and closes at the top up here at about 48.2, do you guys know what that's going to look like? That's going to be a massive butterfly doji, right? And we know volatility creates this, right? Everything you see here, this is volatility creating these candles. That'll be very bullish for Bitcoin going into the second quarter. We don't want to see it close like this because you know what this is? That's a hangman. That's ugly. You don't want to see something like that because we could make a move. I mean, maybe we do see 20K. Who the hell knows? But when you're trading the low time frame volatility, you don't give a shit, man. If it goes all the way down there and you're on an exchange where you can throw shorts on, God bless you. Because you're all good. You're all good, guys, gals. I know we have a gal in the chat. We want to see this close back up here. And that is going to be a beautiful little bullish fucking doji candle, man. It's going to look real good. Real good. This, that's ugly. Last month, right? You pump up like that and then, I mean, oh my God. Not a good candle. And we're seeing the result of it, right? This quarter. And the thing dumped out. Dumped out big time. Right? We opened, had a little pump, and down to the 1 SD on the quarterly. Powerful. Powerful. You know what? Speaking of quarterlies, let's see what SPY's up to on the quarterly. almost a 2 SD move on the quarterly. But let me see if this projection is set up correctly on the quarterly. Oh, one candle off. It actually should be back here because that was the COVID dump, right? The old scamdemic. Let's throw this baby 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's put this on 8. Being harassed by a dog. I don't feel his presence. Here, look at SPY. All right. SPY took off on new all-time highs, right? There's April of 20. Right? This is coming back after, that fucking madness. That quarter, that massive dump from the scamdemic. Look, this thing almost, pretty much got outside the 95.4 plus distribution range. Right? Riding it. Look, there's a 95.4% chance this thing pulls back inside here. Those are, that's back down. It's back down big time. 374.12. That's a 68.3. Or actually, 1, 2, 3. Yep. The other ones are hidden. Or what the hell is happening here at this chart? Give me a second, guys. 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh no, that is the 3S. That is the 99.7. Makes sense. Okay. Because right here, they're stacked on top of each other. Yeah. Everything's stacked together right there. So this is what we're looking at in SPY. Wow. I wish BTC would populate a freaking projection. There's just not enough history. That's why it won't. What's NASDAQ look like? Same thing. NASDAQ actually went to the 99.7 Laplace, rejected all new all-time highs. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. The 3SD is right here, right at the top of the 95.4. Hell, NASDAQ could come down here by the end of March, 12,940, something in that range. Another 1,000 points, just wrecking the shit out of people. But I have the strangest feeling this is just, you know how these markets are, man. People are just taking profits. But at the same time, the economy is screwed up. The economy is screwed up. And we're probably going to wrap this up here. Go back to Bitcoin. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, got the mean. Got the mean of the projection right here, right? From the scandemic little dumper. Are we going to come back to the mean? Ooh, hope not. That'll have people crying. $7,000 Bitcoin. Jesus, what? I'll have to sell everything to buy more Bitcoin. You get Bitcoin at 7K again. Yeehaw. But look at this chart. I mean, come on. This is what I love showing. Let's keep this in perspective. There's Bitcoin, 2010. Looks pretty good. Looks damn good. Is this on log? Yep. Can you throw it on regular? No, I'm going to go on regular. Yeah, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good indeed. Good looking price action. Let's take everything off the ranges. Wow. Let's take some profit. Let's take some profit. Let's take some profit. Let's take some profit. Just taking profit. When's Bitcoin going to explode? If you guys haven't watched maybe MJ I don't know if MJ posted that video in the Discord, needs to though. Jack Mahler, the founder of Strike app. Kid's 27. I'm a big fan. He is brilliant. You got to hear this talk about what his talk about Bitcoin and stuff. How he orange pilled the IMF and Facebook and everybody else. Pretty powerful, man. This kid knows what he's talking about. If you're not bullish on Bitcoin after listening to him and Michael Saylor, you need to get your pulse checked. Those two together, holy shit. I'm on their bandwagon. Go Bitcoin. This kid makes a lot of sense, though, where all these other places are just going wrong, right? Yeah, he's got a lot of great points about Bitcoin and the Lightning Network. Very powerful. Okay, so if you're listening to this on YouTube for the first time, I ran a little bit. I ran it a lot today. So, it's Friday. Felt like a good time to rant. But listen, we're alpha trading. We trade volatility, probability, and statistics, just like the high frequency trading firms that are providing 80 to 90% of the liquidity in these markets. Okay. Why would you not want to trade with the algos? That's what we do here. That's what we like to teach people to do. The link to our Discord description of all of our videos. When you come in, follow the welcome message. Check out the shop channel. There's 2 different levels to our Discord that will give you 2 different levels of the alpha trading system. The one is super basic, more or less an entry level to come in, look what everybody's talking about, to see the indicators people are posting. The other level, the pro trader, that's where you get full access to the alpha trading system. Open up a support ticket. Tell us what's on your mind. We like to hear from people. We'll answer any questions you have. We're a very friendly bunch. I want to thank everybody for listening to all my ranting today live in the Discord. And we appreciate your love. We love you guys too. We will be back Monday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, internet permitting. I've been having some trouble. It seems to be back on track though, so I think we're all good. And with all that being said, wherever you live out on this big, beautiful blue marble, have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. See you guys on Monday.